안녕하세요. 나주마세입니다. 이번 영상은 발렌타인데이에 관련된 질문에 원어민 친구들이 답하는 영상입니다. 미국 문화 자체가 샐러드 볼처럼 다양성을 가지고 있기에 원어민 친구들의 대답은 참고로 알아두시길 바래요.
And I'm Bridget. I'm a middle school choir teacher. I also sometimes teach drama or communications or a random class called project-based learning where I get to teach whatever I want. There's only a couple formal things our school does at the middle school level that are Valentines. During a normal year, we have a Valentine's Day dance. And that's really just, when we look at the school year, we have 3 or 4 or 5 dances a year. And so we just kind of move one of them towards Valentine's Day because that's a little bit fun. And also we have a gay straight alliance at our school that sells flowers as a fundraiser. So you can order a flower for a friend and it gets delivered to their classroom and kids have flowers. And it's really nice. Some teachers might do something like maybe the math puzzle. As you're filling it out, it ends up being a heart. I might teach them like a quick round or warm up that has to do with love or writing letters or something. But there's not any big classroom celebrations like there are in the elementary school level.
Oh, so in the elementary school level, what do they do?
I have 2 older kids who are high school and middle school. And when they were young, they would make boxes and they would create Valentines for all of their classmates. And then they would bring in the Valentines and each kid would deliver them to the boxes or the bags, depends on the classroom.
Yes.
And it's just a paper bag to put the Valentines in. So you decorate some kind of container. When I was little, you decorated at home. It was always, at least for me, it was always very elaborate because I loved making things. But it seems that now teachers do it in class. I just think to make it a little more equitable. In my house, there was tons of decorating supplies, but that might not be the norm now. So they often do it in school instead of at home. So Valentines for each of your classmates. And then maybe you would bring a Valentine for your teacher. When I taught elementary, some students would bring Valentines to the music teacher and the gym teacher and physical education teacher and the art teacher, which is always sweet to be thought of. My daughter always brought one for the librarian. She loves books. She's always had a good relationship with her librarian. So yeah, the kids exchange Valentines, and then oftentimes there's some kind of party. I remember one of my kids in first grade maybe drank a little bit too much of the ice cream float and had the candy and had the cookie and came home a little sick, a little too much sugar. But yeah, my kids really looked forward to the classroom parties. It's always a fun day.
So is it common to celebrate that kind of Valentine's parties and candy exchange for elementary school students?
Yeah, for elementary school students, for sure. When I was little, it was mostly just a paper card. When my kids got into school, there's like probably 2/3 of the cards now come with a piece of candy, a sucker or something, or stickers or a tattoo. Or one year my kids did Star Wars themes ones, so they turned glow sticks into lightsabers. So you got a glow stick, but it looked like the lightsaber. So yeah, there's often some kind of little treasure that goes with it.
Then do teachers help students prepare those stuff? Do students do it by themselves?
So the cards the students do by themselves, and they're not required to, of course, if you want to. If their classroom is doing a Valentine's Day party, most students participate in the cards. So my experience is that you're making the box or the bag in class that the cards are going to be put in. You do the cards at home. And most people buy prepackaged ones. As my children moved into middle school, especially my oldest, he's the more social of the 2. He really misses the elementary parties. And as I've heard him say that, I've tried to incorporate that even more into my classroom. Maybe there's not candy and cards anymore in middle school, but how can we still make it a little different from other days?
All right.
There is only one specific memory I have from Valentine's Day at school that I can think of, and that is in first grade, I got a card, and it was just the same pre-made, it was a Jetsons card, and I don't remember what it said on it, but the boy who gave it to me had circled the words and written in like little first grade handwriting, "For real." As kind of a way of sending me a message that he liked me. And I didn't really always feel liked in school. And so that made a big impression on me that somebody, thought of me as a little bit special. So that was fun. I remember making the boxes. I loved making the boxes every year. That was definitely sort of my favorite part probably in part because I had control over it, but also like I could just do my own thing and it was something creative and fun to do.
Great. Can you share a memory of a Valentine's Day as a teacher?
As a teacher, when I was in elementary school, especially with my younger grade kids, we would sing some kind of song. Like I might teach them a tisket, a tasket.
Tasking?
A tisket, a tasket, a green and yellow basket. I wrote a letter to my love and on the way I dropped it. It's all about the letter. Whenever I talk about Valentine's Day, I try and frame it as telling the people you love that you care about them. And it's nice when it's written down, right? Because it's really tangible. And so there's a game that can go with that song where you're passing the letter around. And so I have these little songs that I taught to my early elementary students that I find so useful for my middle school students as warm-ups, or just something we sing 2 days. We sing it today, we sing it tomorrow, and then it's done. It's not something we ever perform, but it's just a fun little thing. So that's been fun. I like to teach my students a little love song. Yeah.
What was the title of this song?
That one's a tisket, a tasket. And Ella Fitzgerald made it a very famous song.
Oh, I really like this song.
So for me, when I think about my childhood and Valentine's Day, I especially think of my mom. My parents were not very into, and still aren't. They got married on the 13th. So any month of the year, my dad would show up on the 13th with some flowers, or just on a random day. He always felt like Valentine's Day and Sweetest Day, like when companies were trying to get him to show his love, he was like, I'm not interested in that. So Valentine's Day in my house was really, my mom would get stuff for us kids, and my family loves to ski. And so we were often on a ski trip because we used to have a 4-day weekend. So she would buy us special chocolates. We always had chocolates on ski trips, but then they would be Valentine's-y chocolates on the President's Day weekend ski trip. And one year I remember she bought us mugs, and they had heart-shaped handles, and they weren't very comfortable to hold, but they were really cute. And so then we try and do that in our household too. Like Valentine's Day is just a fun excuse to make heart-shaped everything. We usually make heart-shaped pizza and just kind of a fun excuse to turn things red and white and just be a little, I don't want to say silly, but lighthearted and, you know,
Great.
find some fun ways to say I love you, even if it's through pizza.
Alright.
시청해주셔서 감사합니다. 영상이 조금이나마 도움이 되었다면 좋아요와 구독 부탁드릴게요. 항상 건강하시고 행복하세요. 바이.